You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Tedesco Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
'70s, early '80s.
Yeah, so I have the windows open. So there's also a neighbor who's doing some wood cutting with wood cutting machinery that I'm not supposed to use. I'm not allowed to use. So that's in the background.
Does your wife have wood cutting machinery that she can use?
The last time I used a wood cutting implement that involved electricity, I accidentally cut the cord while I was sawing things.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, maybe it's just not your thing.
No, it's not. Oh, it's totally not my thing.
Yeah, you do other things.
I have used it before successfully, but if I'm using it, there's a good chance it will be unsuccessful, like I just explained.
Yeah,
so,
we all know our strengths and weaknesses. It's fine.
I have been told that is one thing I'm good at, is knowing my strengths and weaknesses and going to the strengths.
That's actually a really good positive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to do.
But occasionally, when I have to, when I'm the only one around, and I have done I have played to my weaknesses, and
well, sometimes you have to. Like sometimes you may not be good at something, but you can't avoid it.
Right. And then
maybe you're not good at cooking, but if you may have to cook for yourself one day, and sometimes you just got to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, it's.
Oh, someone's calling you.
It's the wife. I'm going to take a quick pause, and then we'll see what's up. We'll be back in a sec.
It happened this week. That was great.
All right. So, sorry, we're back. That was
important.
My lovely and talented bride.
Yeah, important things.
So, here's what's happening this week. Well, this weekend, tonight, my lovely and talented daughter will be back in town.
Woo-hoo!
And I was supposed to have bits written so we could. I didn't.
Yeah,
I had written shit.
Whatever.
Well, I'm going to see if I may have some time tonight. I might be able to slap something together.
Slap a bit.
Sometimes when the juices start going, then there's no stopping. It just
you just keep writing and writing, and you're like, I got this.
Right.
Where do you write on your computer, or do you write in a notebook?
I've done both.
I find
it depends on circumstances and.
Yeah, I actually really do prefer when it's something on a creative level, like of that type of nature, writing. Using my writing in a journal or something.
It's just in that mood. Well, I do have.
And then I'll redo it on a computer to make it look like neat and tidy.
Well,
and make sense.
because usually if it's a bit, other people are involved, and they're not going to read my writing. So I do type it out if I do write it.
Oh yeah, I always write it. I write stuff like that out, and then if it's something that other people need to read, then I'll type it and make it look legible.
There's been occasions.
It just helps for me to write it out first.
I've gone right to computer. Not always, but
the creative process for me has to be on paper form.
Yeah. So
anywho,
so I just getting updated. There was change in the weekend plans, or tonight plans anyway. So I knew
good change in the plans.
Depending on who you ask. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, she'll be here.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that
more time with the daughter.
Yes.
more time with the daughter is
going to mean more time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. And I get to meet her puppy.
There's going to be a puppy.
There's a puppy involved. Yeah, the puppy will be staying at my mother's with them. They're not staying here.
Oh yeah. Well, she's got a whole house to herself. So.
Well, she has a whole house to herself. So do we. But we just worry that our cat would literally have a heart attack.
Oh, that's true. I didn't
literally.
Even think about that.
I'm using the word correctly.
Right, because you do have a big backyard. You could totally a puppy could totally be back there on a leash.
Yeah, but there's no fence.
No, they say on a leash.
On a leash.
They could take the dog back there and walk around and play with the dog on a leash back there, but no.
They're going to do that at my mom's. So.
Do they have does she have a fence?
Not totally. They'll still need the leash thing going. So anyway,
try not to give the cat a heart attack.
Yeah, right. We're trying to be, we love the cat. We don't want.
I know. She's very sweet.
Yes, when timid. She wants to be.
She's just very timid.
She's the definition of a scaredy cat.
Yeah, a little baby.
Okay, so taking care of some housekeeping here. There is no update. Billy Bragg will not be coming on the show as of today.
Okay. So this is like the Ava Goda thing.
Kind of. Yeah.
It really is.
I'm just going to keep tagging him. And I know Billy Bragg doesn't sit there on Twitter, but his management, somebody in his camp.
Eventually somebody will say,
what the hell's going on? Right.
What is this?
That's all. And if we get him on, awesome. And if we don't, that's fine too.
I almost at this point don't care. I just want somebody to acknowledge it. That way, we can go, well, we have an announcement to make.
Right.
He will or will not be.
He will, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the old Saturday Night Live bit that General Francisimo Franco is still dead.
Oh, yes.
Kind of that one that was going on
I remember
for
that
like
one.
a month. Yeah.
Yep.
So Billy Bragg is not, update, breaking news, Billy Bragg is not coming on the show as of now. Stay tuned for further updates.
Who was the one who was giving that announcement?
That was Chevy Chase.
It was Chevy Chase. Yeah. Wasn't Garrett Morris in that bit too?
Well, only because they repeated the top story for the
hard of hearing. And then Garrett Morris did
was
it
in the bubble.
Was in the bubble, saying it really
loud.
Yelled, being really loud and obnoxious. It was hilarious. That bit was hilarious.
I've explained that joke to deaf students that I worked with in my first teaching job a million years ago, and they were looking at me like, I don't get it. I'm like, okay, suppose I was going to yell at you, I just signed really big and exaggerated, and then they got it. Oh, okay, that's funny.
No, that is funny. Yeah. I get it now.
Yes. So, and then the other housekeeping thing, if you don't listen to Stuart Burdasco Radio, I mean, you just listen to this podcast. That's awesome. That's fine. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
But Stuart Burdasco Radio is on 24/7, and it's protest music and comedy and some of our bits and all that jazz, and just updated the library, added over 80 songs to it. So there's literally thousands of pieces of audio on there, protest music, that kind of stuff. So you should totally check that out. You can listen to that at stuartburdasco.com. You bookmark the radio part, and I have on my desktop and like on my phone, I have a link directly to the radio part, and so if I want to listen to Stuart Burdasco Radio, I can do it on my computer devices. It is an internet radio station, and we just got an ass load of stuff, and I still have over 160 albums, pieces, whatever you want to call it, that I've downloaded that I still have to go through. I am a little bit behind. I've been so busy. The petitioning for Jill Stein got me so behind. I just have all of this music sitting here that I have to go through. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. But like we say on the station, we listen to a lot of shitty music, so you don't have to.
Facts.
But by the same token, we listen to we get to find out about a lot of good stuff. So there, you should totally check it out.
Thanks, Dave.
I'll give you because we have talked about this on the show. Here's an update. I got an email from a lawyer, not a lawyer but just a lawyer.
Not like our friend lawyer who listens to the show.
My family lawyer, no. But a lawyer who is dealing with the class action lawsuit against the city of Rochester and the Rochester Police Department for the abuse they inflicted upon us protesters during the Black Lives Matter.
Oh, they actually are. I wondered if that was ever really going to happen.
Oh, it's been. It's just taking yes,
like this is does.
These wheels of justice.
Because I remember back in the day, wasn't what's her name, Letitia, saying she was gonna investigate and she wanted names and.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
No, I remember that being in the news at one point. And,
So, so this is, 3 years old now, something like that. And that's how long this has been going. So I am involved in this only because I was asked if, it was, some people found out because I posted stuff online of when I was at the protest, and I've told this story on the show. I got hit in the head with one of those pepper balls. And it looked bad. It looked ugly. I still have the pictures. And I was asked if I wanted to participate. And my goal is to change the way our local police department goes about their business. So I'm not looking to get, quote, as they say on those, all the ambulance chaser commercials, I'm not looking to get paid.
No, you just want justice.
Yeah.
It's all about justice.
So when I was asked...
if there is money, you ain't going to see much of it anyway, but
so
that's fine.
I was asked if I wanted to participate, and I said, look, if it helps the cause, I will totally do whatever you want me to do. Mm-hmm. And so I am involved in it, and I am one of the plaintiffs. I don't actually know how many there are.
I do know one person, and I remember seeing the video on their page. And I'm not going to say who they are or anything, but because I'm hoping that this person is part of the lawsuit. But it was shocking. It was probably the most shocking thing I personally saw happen at that point. They were like high up and they were filming what was going on in front of those. They were like high, like on that one wall. I'm sorry, people who don't live in Rochester, you wouldn't know this the way it looks, but there's this one wall that's over by downtown by the police station.
Yeah, you can't even get there now. It's all fenced off.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I know.
So there were people up there. So this one
Fascist.
person I know was up there filming all of it. That's all they were doing was filming, not throwing anything. They didn't have any. They weren't doing any of that. Just filming it. Just doing that. I watched a police officer, an RPD officer, purposefully aim at them and fire one of those balls at them. It was shocking. It was really shocking for me to see it right out like that. I mean, thank God it wasn't a bullet, like a bullet, because that's
Right.
what you often sadly find out. And this person is a person of color, so it was shocking. It was really shocking to see.
Or even a rubber bullet, which they say is non-lethal, but really, if it hits you in the right spot, it's lethal. So it's just a bullet covered in rubber.
Yeah,
That's
like what
really
if it
not
hit
gonna-
them in like their eye or something?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I imagine something like that could really. Thank God they were okay, but still.
So the lawsuit is this is interesting. So it started out as a state thing, and they decided strategically to move it to a federal thing. And the federal judge, and it's somebody who I know of, and I'm not a hugest fan, but whatever, doesn't matter. And they have done this mandated mediation thing. So that's what we were told in the email that I got.
Mandated mediation.
Yes.
What does that mean exactly?
So before it can even go to trial and whatever, they make you go to mediation to see if there's a way you can settle, to try to avoid actually spending time in the courts.
So taking like them saying, "Yeah, we were wrong. Here's some money," or
Yeah,
is
or
that
whatever.
basically what you're talking?
Well,
or?
whatever happens. I mean, I told the lawyer this 2 years ago.
The main
or
thing
whenever.
I would want is, okay, if anybody did have to go to the hospital or anything major happened, then you should, first of all, you should pay their bills.
Well, yeah.
Right? If
But-
anything really bad. But the other part is you really should admit that you were 100% wrong in what you did.
Oh, they're
and
never
would
going
be-
to do that.
That'd be the only
They're
thing
not
I'd
gonna
care
do that.
about. And I
Well,
know that's probably not going to...
mine-
That'd be the other thing I'd care about.
No, mine was I want them to agree to change their procedures on
And
how
that
to deal
too.
with crowds. That was my number one
Because
motivating.
you know the other thing is not going to happen.
Yeah, they're not going to admit they're wrong. No, I know
Except
that.
for they don't do that anymore. Now they have new rules because of that. So
There are still things that cops are still doing here in Rochester.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you
know.
can go on to the social medias and see what the police are doing to genocide protesters. Cops are still beating the crap out of them too,
Yeah, I
and you
know.
can see video of that every day.
know.
So it's just interesting. I'm not saying this with outrage, and again, I'm not quote looking to get paid. If there's some way I get money out of this, I will do something for the community with it. I don't know
you
what. It's going to depend on how much it is.
I know who. I don't know. It would feel like dirty money. I'd be like, nah, I gotta do something good with that.
Yeah, totally.
I gotta change that to something positive.
I mean, well, let's see how much it is. I
I
mean,
know. I
you
don't
know,
like if there is money. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a lot, but if it's something that you can donate to, like, I don't know, like Dimitri House or something positive.
the something. Yeah.
Right. I'm
Well,
not saying that, but I'm just saying.
I literally,
off the top of my head, that was my first.
I literally have no idea if this would end up being, after all the shit's paid for, $10, $100,
Right,
$1,000. I have
Even if it's
absolutely-
$10, I couldn't keep that. I just can't.
All right, if it's $10, I'm buying beer.
Oh man.
It'll be local beer. So
Okay, it'll be local. We'll buy Jenny.
Yeah, I'll buy
Like we
Jenny.
always-
$10 a Jenny. I'll buy
Oh, all right, Jenny.
I'll buy a
Woo!
30 case of Jenny. That's
30
what I,
Jenny.
that's what I'll do. So
And like we'll buy local beer. Like that's what we do
Yeah.
every week.
I know, but still. But whatever.
Whatever. We fucking love Jenny. Jenny, we love you. We keep drinking you all the time.
It's local and it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You know, and those of you who know anything about our past years in drinking beer, we used to hang out with like people who were expert beer people.
And
the
we
keg
would,
lines guy,
the keg lines,
and we would drink like really good. Like they would bring like really
Yeah.
good fancy beers, and they were delicious. Of
and
course.
we've had beer people on, and
And then
I
we've
made
had them
beer
on, and they were like, I still remember when we drank Bach from a glass, and they were explaining to us why Jenny Bach is actually a very good representation of Bach style,
Right.
and what
And-
actually makes it a really good beer.
and it's still there. We are an affiliate of Beer Drop, which I really loved the stuff that they would send.
Yeah, yeah.
My only issue was,
Except for the IPAs, but you got me to drink those for you.
Well, no, I had down. They wouldn't send them. I put down, don't send IPAs.
Oh, don't send IPAs.
Yeah. But the only
What were the IPAs that you got then that I was drinking?
I don't know, just
Random.
some
Oh, maybe it was just random
like a
mix
yeah,
back of
sampler.
something.
Yeah.
Sampler. Okay.
Yeah. So, which there may be some next week. There's a thing happening this
tuned.
weekend. There could be some IPAs in your future, dude. So,
Woohoo.
so beer. The only problem with Beer Drop is they use a FedEx, and FedEx was just being a huge pain in the ass for me. If you don't have a problem with them,
Right.
and because it's beer, they always wanted a human to be there to sign for it, and they would never come in a time when anyone was home. So I was just like, I can't do this. I even reached out to Beer Drop and was like, is there any other thing you can use? And they said no. And I think the Rochester FedEx, which I've always had a bad relationship with FedEx. Every time I've tried to use them,
I will say the same thing. I have
suck dead donkeys.
I've had
man. They
two major problems with FedEx in delivering products. The
Yes.
first time, I'll tell you, the first time it was back when the Wii was coming out, and it was like everybody wanted one. My son wanted one, and I finally relinquished with the Wii. Like he had been wanting a game system forever, and I was like, no, I don't want my kid to just be sitting on a computer playing games all the time.
Good for you.
I know. Turns out he still likes doing it anyway. But now he's an adult. He can make his own decisions. It's not on me anymore. But anyway, so we got him a Wii because it was one of those systems that you had a controller where you actually had to get up and stuff. Wii bowling, fucking loved Wii bowling. We used to do that one a
I
lot.
think we have that here.
Oh man, Wii bowling is fun. I haven't done it in years, but it's a good time. So anyway, I was okay with the Wii, so we ordered it for him on eBay for Christmas. And so, we had to pay a little bit more on the eBay because it was hard to find them, but we got it. They fucking delivered it to a completely different address that was not Parkley, which is where I was working at the time. And I used to get stuff delivered to Parkley quite often because I was there.
Yeah.
And somebody was there to receive it.
Well, working at a school, I can't have beer delivered there.
Correct.
That would be funny.
Correct. But
There's no way I'm
just
keeping my job with that
This
one.
is like the easiest thing ever. I would put on package like places where to deliver it to 215 Park Avenue, Parkley, 215 Park Avenue, care of Melissa
Yeah, right.
Lemke at the time, Lemke,
Yeah.
now Schroeder. I would just put on there what it was, and so the first thing you see is the company. And they still fucked it up and sent it to some random other company somewhere else. And thank God I did finally get it back, but it took me a while to get it back. And then the same thing happened with another time. The same thing with my son. He ordered a very expensive camera piece sent to Parkley, and he had it sent to Parkley because it was an expensive camera piece and he didn't want it to just go anywhere. So he had it sent to me, sent it to Parkley, care of Melissa Schroeder. They sent it somewhere else, and thank God we found it because it was a very rare piece to find too. It was very difficult for him to even find it, and he finally got it.
So, okay, so now I just totally blew this out of the water. I was trying to
Fucking
convince
FedEx.
people to do Beer Drop, which you should because they're
Which you
awesome.
should.
But they do use
If you
FedEx.
have
So
a
if you don't have a
FedEx-
problem,
maybe FedEx is great for you.
and I'm hoping that enough people might complain where they'll use something else. That would be nice.
I just want FedEx to suck less.
I don't care. I just try not to use them.
I will say,
If I have a choice, I
do
don't
not.
use them.
I will say, if anytime I've had a problem with UPS, it has been fixed. I've had a couple. I had a couple of problems with UPS in 2020 because everybody was buying things online and shipping shit to their house. I mean, it was crazy time. We all know, and UPS probably didn't even have the full workforce there. Fortunately, I have I have a very good friend that works for UPS and has for like over 20 years. So I had an in. So I got a phone number and somebody to talk to there. And so I got the shit fixed.
It's not that creepy anti-abortion woman, is it?
No, I said it's a friend.
I was slipping that in.
Oh, okay. I'm like, no, I said it's a friend.
There's
It's
there's a
actually a
person-
friend that it's actually a friend of mine that you do know.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
there's-
if it's somebody I've known for over 20 years,
There's
obviously.
there's a woman who works at the UPS counter. Like when you go there to pick up stuff to their counter.
The one on
one-
Park Ave?
No.
Oh, that's the only one I ever go to.
Okay. Well, there's the one the main hub
Oh, I've never
off
been
of
there.
Joseph Avenue.
Oh,
Well,
I've never been there.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Oh, wait, no, I have been there.
Yeah.
I went there once to pick up something because there was, again, the mistakes.
Well, okay. So there's a woman there, and then fine, and then there was a time where this was a long time ago. I could tell you, like we talked about last week. It showed how long this fucking abortion fight's been going on, way before Roe got repealed,
Way forward.
because
We
people.
knew it was going to be a problem.
Well, no, because people have been fighting for it to get codified for decades.
Yeah.
So anyway, at this thing at Susan B. Anthony Park here in Rochester, these to fight for abortion rights to get codified, which the Dems didn't do, that these anti-abortion protesters showed up. And of course, as usual, I end up on security, which was fine. And she was one of the people. So I was like, oh, UPS.
Thank you for being a large
UPS chick.
Thank you for being a large man who's not
that's
a
fine.
fucking dickhead.
Well, and
Thank you. We
we've
appreciate
talked-
you so much.
Like when I, until I accidentally became stage manager, the 3 years I volunteered for the vagina monologues in town, I was always in the parking lot looking for protesters.
Yeah. Well,
Which I was like, all right, fine.
well,
Because
we need allies like you. So
well, and my background in protesting, I also
Right.
knew how they would come and stuff. And they never did, which is interesting.
Right.
But then there was the 1 year.
you know what? They probably heard you were there. Like, oh, Dave's there. Oh, we don't want to fuck with Dave.
doubt that's happening.
I know.
But like the stage manager had to drop out at the last minute, and like I'm just kind of standing there like, you kid, you can do it. No. Who, me? And that's how I became a star, a vagina star.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you knew. Actually, I don't know if you know. I
Became a
almost forgot
vagina
about
warrior.
this. My ex-husband used to also do security
Yeah.
on the DL at the
Yeah.
abortion protests. He used to go to the anti-choice meetings and get information on the DL, and he would then get that information out, find out what was going on. Then this was actually, he stopped doing it before we met, but he did it for a while where he would go to these meetings and then slip in and
Count and Tell Pro.
information. He was.
Yeah.
Well, because he just looked like some, I mean, you know what he looks like. He just
Yeah.
looked like some white dude, some average white guy who'd be like,
Okay, Jerry does not look like an average white guy.
okay, probably not anymore, not so much, but back
Yeah.
then he did.
Okay, fair enough.
Back in his early 20s, he still looked
He
like
looked like
just
an
like
average white guy.
just like cute, nice, kind of
But
sweet.
he does not look like an
you know.
average white guy.
Not anymore.
I'm not saying good or bad. I'm
No,
just
it's
saying
not a bad. It's not a
definitely
bad thing.
not
It's not a
average.
bad thing at all.
He's definitely
no,
not average.
No, it's not a bad thing at all. But I think I
He's
do
like
think
in
it's
a
pretty cool.
facial hair group or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, he shaved some of that off. He actually did some little. I don't know. He's doing new things.
He
He's
did
got
like-
he's got a new lady in his
He
life,
did like
so he's doing.
pubescaping on his face.
Well, that's kind of what they do.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
kind of what
saying.
guys do, I guess.
Not all guys.
Not all guys. I mean,
Right.
you're always clean shaven, but
No, it's just harder to see because it's red.
because you're red, yeah.
But no,
I know
there's-
that's what's awesome about I also have really really light hair, so like my whole legs are pretty much covered in hair all the time, but because it's so light and there's not tons of it, you just never know.
Is it downy?
It's very much so. You really cannot see it. It's very very, I don't know. I always kind of joke like that's where that little, because I come from some people who are really fucking hairy motherfuckers, German, Polish. There's some hairy people, but I also do have that bit of indigenous and Asian And I think that's where I get the no hair from. Because those two don't have generally have lots of hair. Not a lot of like hair on their bodies anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going with it.
All right. So
I'm going with it.
Turning on a dime, but I'm turning on a dime because I can see where I can.
I know,
how
we're
I
just
can connect
going.
other things. So another thing I did last week, since our last show, is it's been a while since I've done any tabling.
Oh, nice.
And for those who don't know, that is a verb where you go to an event and you sit at a table and you hawk whatever wares, not selling, but your
Tabling's usually
your
referring more to
activism,
like activism
your group
or
stuff,
a
yeah.
business.
So this was a suburb of Rochester. They had an eco fair at their weekly public market, farmers market.
Are we talking about Brighton?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Because it is a nice public. I mean, their
I
farmers market is
I
actually
hadn't
really
been
nice.
there in a really long
I
time.
haven't either. But Jerry and
yeah.
I used to go a lot. And
I was impressed.
Yeah, it was It was good back when we went. I bet it's better now.
Although very weird, at a farmer's market, I saw a lot of people walking around with like regular size, full size, like pizza boxes. Like people were going to the farmer's market for pizza. And I thought that was odd.
Was there like a really good pizza maker?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to walk around. I was too busy tabling. I was mostly by myself. I did have someone come for a little while where I could go to get
Walk
something
around
to drink.
and get some food.
I didn't even walk
But
around.
you did not see pizza. There
No,
must
I
be
did,
pizza
but I didn't
somewhere.
look. I didn't. I just needed to get something to drink.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So anyway, it was cool. So all right, so I'm representing the Green Party. So I was wondering if that was going to be an issue because everybody else there was
Brighton is heavy Democrat.
yes, but there's also heavy because it is suburbs. There's also a really strong contingency of some right wingers as well, and they're very heavy in terms of Zionism.
Oh yes, we know some of those people.
Yes, we do know some of those people. And so it was interesting. So I got a number of looks from folks, and I've seen this look a million times.
Yeah.
Very condescending, very, oh, you're so cute. You're not one of the two big ones. You're so cute, little
It's so
Green
cute
Party.
that you care.
But I can tell that,
Yeah,
oh,
you
they
know
don't care that we care. They just that we're wasting our time. I know the look. I've
Yeah, I
seen it
know.
for decades. There was actually only one person. I thought there would be more. There was someone who came up, was kind of hovering in my general area of where I was tabling, and their little kids came up and were going, "What are you here for?" And I'm trying to explain to like little kids, and I'm talking like 5-6 years old.
Yeah, so you're probably trying to say it in a way that's not too.
Well, yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
just
just
talking
trying
about,
to
when
explain.
you vote for president, it's that kind of thing, right? That's all I really
Yeah,
said.
yeah, which is perfect for that
And
age.
they were like, "What's it called?" And I was like, "The Green Party." And then the mom who was there was like, "Honey," I don't remember if she said the kid's name or not. Billy, let's say Billy. Billy, we like a lot of what the Green Party stands for, but we don't like what they say about Israel. And then there's this huge awkward pause, and I just kind of went, "Yeah." That's all I said, and they just kind of teetered away. The kids didn't know what the hell she was talking about.
I mean, I'll actually
All right.
I mean, that was her feelings and her opinions, and I will say, and that's a good way to not be a fucking dick about it.
Yeah,
like she had a obviously different opinion than you,
And I didn't
but
make a face. I just
she
was like,
had a feeling.
Yeah.
She didn't. She just, but she wasn't a dick to you about it. She just was like, we have a different feeling about it, and I'll give her credit for that. I don't agree with her 100%
Yeah.
on it, obviously,
Yeah.
but I'll give her some credit that she didn't act like a dick about
Yeah.
it. Because that's the worst part is when
Yeah,
she
yeah,
has to, when somebody's got to be a Karen about it. Like
So-
you can just say your fucking opinion and move along and not be a dick.
yeah. So overall, it was cool. It's the first time I tabled in a while. Got a pretty nice number of people for our email list. Handed out a little bit of lit. Talked about Jill a little bit, which was cool. Was right across from this local marimba group, and so I had music playing the whole time.
What kind of
was
group?
Marimba. The instrument.
What's marimba?
They're like vibraphones, kind of, only made of bamboo, kind of wood.
I must have seen this.
Okay,
What
just think
kind-
xylophones. Think
Oh, is that
xylophones.
xylophones?
Xylophones
Like who?
made of
What
wood.
kind of what cultures play that? Like is that sound? It's like
African.
Is it African? Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say is this
Which
African
is a
or like
continent,
Latin
but-
America
No,
or
well,
okay
no, it's more African.
African? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, I'll have to look.
And Julia's partner, who is a professional percussionist, and now he's a music teacher of percussion, but his off duties, his main instrument is the marimba.
That's awesome.
So I sent them pictures. I was like, hey, look, I'm right across from
I'm right across from the marimba people.
Bonding. Good
Well,
times.
that's cool that you had some music playing while you're there.
Well, it was, but when you're trying to talk to someone and there's like, it was almost like the old Monty Python skit in the cheese shop.
Oh,
Because you shut that bloody bouzouki off. I was kind of like at times, could you
love
stop
the
playing the marimbas for 2 minutes?
I know it's awesome. Could you just
Take a break.
Thank you.
Smoke break.
Yeah, don't you need a smoke break?
Yeah, you're musicians.
You're musicians. I know you smoke.
Go back by the dumpster and smoke a joint. That's what
Yeah.
musicians do, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that is what we do. Yeah.
Paul Simon sang about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Went outside and smoked
Smoked
himself a J.
Yeah. I know exactly.
I know. It's a great song too.
I'm sure that Paul Simon's a dick sometimes, but his music is fucking great. He's a great songwriter.
So speaking of like Green Party petitioning politics, hey, how about that debate, huh?
You know, I didn't watch it.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Okay, so-
why would I watch it?
Okay, I know. I didn't expect you to watch it at all. I usually don't watch. I haven't watched any of the debates with Donald Trump because I can't stand listening to him even talk. But I was like, okay, you know what? This seems important. All right, I'm gonna get. I didn't start from the beginning. I kind of went into it like maybe they were like a few minutes already into it, and so I was like, all right, well, let's see what's going on. It was unwatchable. Yep. It was unwatchable,
Right.
and I hate that. And I hate that because I mean, we all. I've talked about it. We all know I am a Democrat, but I am a kind of a dino Democrat in name only. I do vote Democrat when I think it's important, and then I vote Green or another party whenever I can. That's kind of what I do anyway. And I know not everybody's a fan of that. I know even my partner across from me is probably not a big fan of that, but that's kind of how I roll. Anywho, I will always talk up the other person whenever possible because I think it's important. I think Jill Stein would be a much better president than Joe Biden, and I'll stick with that for sure. But watching that debate, I mean, obviously between the two, I would rather Joe Biden only because Trump is he's a fucking felon. He's like everything I hate about a person. Everything I hate about a person is in Donald Trump. But Joe Biden looked and sounded absolutely fucking terrible. He sounded and looked so bad. It was like I know people who are his age who seem more into
reality.
Into reality than he was. Like I know people who are, what is he, 81?
Something.
Yeah. I actually know somebody who I interact with on the regular who's 82, who's actually very, sometimes, she's not with it, but most of the time, yeah. I mean, I can definitely say she's more with it than Joe Biden. I also recognize, I'll say this, that we're not just electing a president. We are electing our future of what goes on in our republic. There's no way in hell that Donald Trump is ever going to ever have anybody in his cabinet that is a decent human, because that's not going to happen. There's a chance that Joe Biden might, but there's no chance in hell.
The decent humans are leaving his administration because of the
that?
shit they're doing.
What's that? You're talking about Trump or Biden?
Biden.
Yeah. Well,
so I
just don't know. I think the only thing that I can say is that one of these two people is going to be our president, and I fucking hate it.
Well,
that's all I can say.
Okay, so I appreciate the fact that what I'm going to say, most people, just about everyone who hears this, the tens of you, it is what it is.
I know.
The tens of you, are going to be like, oh, again, that condescending look. Oh, that's cute Green Party guy.
Yeah.
That's fine. But here's the thing. I mean, so I didn't watch the debate. I worked on
I can't
Stuart Pedasso
imagine
Radio.
why you would, honestly. It would have been a waste of your fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was the almost 5 minutes maybe I was on it was a waste of my time because
Yeah.
all it did is make me feel more depressed.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, great, that's what I needed, more
if
depression.
there was any substance,
was zero
I
substance.
would have disagreed with it
there
anyway.
was zero fucking substance.
So I just was like, and I'm not voting
It was
for either one of them.
right. It was Biden. It was Biden being old and showing terribly on there, and it was Trump who did not look nearly as terrible as Biden, just lying every time he opened his fucking mouth.
Right.
So it's like,
Right. So, okay. So, and what bits I've seen in social media really confirmed everything I thought it would be in a
Yeah.
way. So that's fine. So,
I didn't think I did not think it was going to be that bad. I thought it would be bad. I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
so I just like, if
I feel like I should get the pat on the head, like, oh, aren't you cute? You're
if
so-
something like this doesn't convince you it's time to abandon those two parties,
Yeah.
I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's
and I don't mean
true.
you.
No, I know
just-
you. I
yeah,
know.
I'm talking,
I
again,
know.
I'm talking
No,
about
you were.
tens of people.
And I agree with you.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I'm like, dude, okay, as of right now, and there are more coming. It might not be New York, but there are more coming. But as of right now, as we speak, the Green Party's candidate, who was Jill Stein, is on the ballot in enough states to get enough electoral votes to win. So mathematically, it is possible.
it is possible.
And
right, it is.
more are coming, right? And even New York, who knows? There's some legal stuff happening. Who knows? And it's going to take at least a couple months. But
I don't.
Anyway,
I won't.
we don't have
I
to
don't
get
have
into
a-
that right
yeah,
now.
I don't have a lot of hope for New York.
well,
but,
either way,
either way-
we'll talk about that down the road.
right,
So,
right.
so the thing is, like, look, dude, this is what you got. This is what the elites say are shoving down our throats. And so, if you say, you out there, listeners, if you say, well, that's all I have, that's factually not true, and you make the decision to shut out the other choices, right? So there's a couple, I think Cornel West might be on the ballot in one or two states.
I don't think he's on enough to get the.
Oh, no, he's not. Not by any way. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But,
not electorally. He
and
isn't.
I did not know this. I thought it would be more. As of this moment, RFK's only on 6.
Yeah, he's not going to make
He's
it either.
not.
He's
So-
not.
So I'm
Yeah, I
like,
was just reading about he's like they've already said it. Him and Cornel West are not going to make it as
so
electoral.
maybe the Libertarian candidate, but they're pretty pro-war as well. So,
They won't make it
like,
either.
if you are anti-war,
It is kind of amazing that she is going to be on.
you have one choice, and if you don't take it, bro, that's on you. I don't even know what to say. Look, there's nothing here I can say. This is the garbage the elites say that shove down our throats and say, those are your choices, tough shit. And then let's say I'll put air quotes on smarten up and go, okay, look, Genocide Joe, sit down. We're going to have somebody else run. Who in the Democratic Party,
They're not though.
I know, but who in the
It's
Democratic
not
Party?
going to happen, unfortunately.
Right, but even if they did, who are
I
the
know,
elites
Kamala
gonna pick?
Harris?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Jesus, that would be even worse than Joe.
I don't know about that, but it'd be
You
the
don't
same.
know?
It'd be the
I
same.
mean, you know what? It'll make
It'll
there'll
be
some
shitty
right,
policy, but just
Right.
not as old sounding.
Right. I just feel like it's just going to be
Who
like
gives
there'll
a
be
crap what the rapper's in? It's shitty policy is shitty policy. So I don't care if it's from an old person or a not as old person. I don't care if it's from an old white guy or not as old, not white person. So I don't know. I mean, folks, look, vote your conscience if you really but like literally, how bad? How much worse could it get? With just those are your quote choices, and you have a choice. You have a way to get out of that. And the thing that we've said, I'll just say one more time really quick. Look, I've been doing this for decades, and every presidential election, there's always just not this election, Dave. Okay,
Right.
when
it just keeps getting worse.
it just keeps getting worse. So at what point, really, I can't imagine with this election, what could possibly happen that would finally make someone who doesn't like war, who is concerned about the environment, who is concerned about workers, what is possibly going to make you finally come
I will tell
around?
you what will happen if Donald Trump gets elected again, that's what it'll take. And I hate to say that, but I think that's what it's going to take.
And I hear you.
And I'm scared of that.
And
that's what scares me.
I am still, no matter who
at least,
of those two win, we have to fucking look what just happened this week in Bolivia. I don't know if folks have seen that.
Yeah, I do know what happened
so,
in Bolivia.
For the second time in the past few
and what's
years,
going on in Kenya as well.
There was a military coup, and so many motherfucking people got out in the streets. The military backed down. I mean, you got to look. You're not going to see it if you look on CNN. They're not going to show you anything, or MSNBC, or any of the commercial news outlets. But if you look at actual Bolivian people on social media, you will see the hundreds of thousands of people who hit the streets. No, that said, fuck you, military.
Yeah.
And so Bolivia has their government back that was elected. Like appropriately elected. So
I thought you were just talking about I thought you were going to go in a different direction because what's going on in Kenya is not the same thing.
No.
I mean, it's really awful what's going on. I have a coworker at the MAG that's from Kenya. Actually, he was there earlier in the year. He was there for like a month, visiting with family and, going back home, visiting family and stuff. And I saw him Thursday and we chatted with it a little bit. And I just told him, I said, I hope your family and I hope all your family and friends there in Kenya are okay and safe. And so we chatted a little bit about it. It's really fucked up.
I'm firmly, no matter what.
But I feel like that could be us. What's going on there could be us.
Well, again, and then
if Trump wins,
millions.
That could be us.
We need hundreds of thousands out in the streets. Everywhere there needs to be.
I know it wasn't. I thought it was going to be bad enough when Trump was in power before, but I don't think it's going to be bad. It wasn't bad enough. People weren't. It wasn't.
But even if Biden wins, we are still going to have to do this because they're not doing enough about about climate change. They're not. They're continuing to sponsor. I'm thinking of a better word for that, but sponsor genocide. There's still, our military is almost $1 trillion a year. I mean, and we don't have single payer health care, and our schools suck, and all of these things that we could have and should have, but we don't because it goes to the military. And just look at history. Remember, we study history so we don't repeat it. This is how empires crumble.
Oh my God, we're so repeating history right now. It's so fucked up.
This is how empires crumble. And actually good, because we shouldn't have empires, period, even if I'm living in one. Good. We're going to crumble. That's the way it is. And I'm not, if you want to go to Cuba or whatever, fuck you, man. I was born here. I'm staying. But this country sucks.
I don't know. A friend of mine has been in Cuba.
We do shitty
in Cuba
things
right now and having a great time in Cuba.
Yeah, but we do shitty things.
Yeah.
And I will fight that. Right?
Matter of fact, every single person she has encountered in Cuba has been awesome. Just great, very, very good people.
Well, because most of the dickheads went on a raft to Florida, and they were they became shitty Cuban Republicans down in Florida.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm just gonna say. Well, I will tell you that my grandfather, who was a Navy veteran, he was in Cuba for a while. Had been, I don't know if he was stationed there or they just were there for a little. This was before Bay of Pigs and all the things.
When we really fucked with Cuba.
Yeah, when we really fucked with Cuba. So this was before that time. My grandfather, who was generally a teetotaler, which means didn't drink. For people who don't know what that means, he wasn't really a drinker because total the tea. Yeah, because his father was an alcoholic, but he did drink on occasion. Anyway, he said the only time he had ever gotten drunk was when he was in Cuba. He was at a bar, he was hanging out, he was having a great time. He's like, the Cuban people there, he's like, oh, the Cuban people were so nice, so cool, just genuine, great people. It's the only time in his life he felt comfortable enough, I guess, to drink and get a little bit drunk and have a good time. But he had nothing but beautiful, wonderful things to say about Cuba. And I know, up until the day he died, I think even though he was he was quite conservative, but as far as stuff like races go and things like that, I know, or imperialism and things like that, I know he always felt it was terrible what happened between the U.S. and Cuba, and he felt that was a bad choice. And
it's still happening.
Yeah,
and that's gonna happen with Trump or Biden.
At least my friend can go there now. Yeah. My friend who's as white as I am it can go there now and have a good time.
Not directly.
Yeah, she's there right now.
No, but I appreciate that. But they probably went to another country first.
No, they didn't. Nope.
I really thought no, because
I'm gonna find out. I'll
find
I'll ask her.
out because
I'll
I
ask her.
really thought that after
No, I
Obama
think
that Trump took care of that and get back to where you can't go directly.
Oh, I don't think so. I think she really. I'll find out. I'll find
right.
out. I'll get the information.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Great.
No, yeah. I mean, because I was really hoping that was the case because I was thinking, oh man, that'd be great to go to Cuba.
Because there's still the embargo.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'd have to find out. But I thought she just went there directly, but I'll find out. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be so cool to go to Cuba.
By all means, ask. I'd like to know.
It looks beautiful there. Honestly, it looks like a fucking paradise.
Okay, like any place, depending where. Like everyone says that about Hawaii until you go to the neighborhoods.
Well, I mean, without getting too into it, she's a friend of mine that does travel on like a regular basis and has like a whole travel blog and has been to I don't think she's been to every continent, but that's like the goal. I don't think she's been to Antarctica yet. But that's like the goal of hers. And I think she has gone to like some of the, out of the way places and still found like the best people.
The worst tourist place to go?
What's that?
The event or thing?
There's probably many.
Well, no, the worst one is Made of the Mist Antarctica. That would be horrible. That would be absolutely horrible.
I didn't see that coming. I really did think you were going to say Made of the Mist. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I've done it. It's great.
Not Antarctica.
Not in Antarctica, maybe
It's
not.
fucking cold, man.
Yeah, because even in the summer, it's still
cold.
fucking cold.
That's a cold ass mist, motherfucker. That's
yeah.
No, that ain't.
Because there are people that go, like in the summer, there is like a little bit of a tourism thing. There's places in Antarctica that people do go to, and there's people that only go there during certain months of the year because there is like a quote unquote tourism thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be kind of neat though.
Well, I bet you they definitely have snow globes. It's fucking Antarctica. They gotta have a snow globe.
I hope they probably ooh, I hit the table. They probably have the best snow globes ever.
Or maybe, or just something, or maybe it's like they have snow globes with like Niagara Falls crossed off and Antarctica written in Sharpie or something. I don't know, but I don't know. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. What a terrible thing to say about people in Antarctica. I'm sure they're lovely.
Well, who lives in Antarctica? Nobody lives there other than penguins. I mean, there are people. There's scientists that live there. Well, they don't live. They're there for however long their study is. They don't live there. Live there.
I know, but they do have like places like,
Is there a capital of Antarctica?
Huh. Good question.
Right.
You have to look it up.
I got the internet right here.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
Because there are like buildings and grocery stores and bars and like things that people do in just like any other town, anywhere else in the world. And I say there's people that actually do go there and work there. They have hotels. They have all the things.
Faxking.com.
What does it
has
say?
the top 6 major cities in Antarctica.
Yeah. Is one of them a capital?
It's very little font, so you'll have to excuse me for a second. Okay, the number one is called McMurdo Station. It's not even the name of a city; it's the name of a scientific station.
Well, maybe it's there year round, and people go there year round. So maybe that's why.
Amundsen Scott South Pole Station is number 2. Mm-hmm. Murney Station. They're all called. Marambio Base Presidente Eduardo Frei Montalvo.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
that's the one I want to go to.
That's the one I want the snow globe from.
For sure.
Absolutely.
100%.
Rothera Research Station.
So nothing is anything but a base or a station.
So Wikipedia, do what you want with that. Okay, so we've got bodies of water, ice shelves, ice streams, islands, geographic features.
Ice, and more ice. Penguins and polar bears. I don't know. Are there polar bears there?
There's active and extinct volcanoes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Antarctica has no permanent human population. However, there are a variety of man-made places in Antarctica, including 2 civilian bases. So there really isn't a city per se
But they do. I'm just saying. I already know because I saw this on a TV show, travel blog type thing on TV, like talking about people who live in Antarctica part time because there is
part-time,
because there are people that go there.
They summer in
part
Antarctica.
of the they summer there because there are people that go there.
They winter in Arizona.
to
That's
to buy
what my
things.
dad can do. He's looking to branch out a little.
Yeah. See what Big Bry's up to.
Oh my
See what he
God,
thinks.
My dad. I love my father.
Yeah.
I think he's getting ready to live in a van down by the river.
Aw.
We'll talk about it off the.
Okay. On the DM. Yeah. Later.
He's probably listening. I love you, Dad. I love you.
Love you, Big Bry.
Yep. Oh, and shout out, by the way, to my stepmom Jen, who just had surgery yesterday.
Yay, Jen.
And
doing
she's
good?
doing okay.
Yay,
She's doing
Jen.
okay. I'm getting okay. So
Updates.
I have the
Updates
weirdest
on
thing.
Jen.
This is now we're getting random. So about a year or so ago, something changed on my messaging app. Mm-hmm. And I do have Signal, which is
Right.
allegedly encrypted, but I'm hearing the government's already cracked that. Well, you like to look for activist things where the man can't get into your shit.
No, I
but
know.
It's impossible. They're going to get into your shit.
I always assume all those apps eventually. Yeah.
So, but my regular messaging app that came with the phone, like about a year ago, all of a sudden it will not let you respond to any chat group that has more than 10 people in it. So my family has this like chat group where like it's somebody's birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Dave.
Right, yeah.
In fact, it will be coming in the
You're
next
coming
couple
soon.
weeks.
Yeah.
And I'll get all these text messages. Happy birthday, Dave. Have a great day, Dave. All that shit. And I can't reply because it has more than 10 people. So my father is sending these updates about my stepmother having the surgery, and I can't do. Basically, I have to wait for my wife to go. Well, Dave can't respond, but he said, "Good luck, feel
Good
better."
luck, Jen.
Right.
I'm so happy you're okay. Yeah, whatever.
It's stupid as fuck.
Oh man.
So if
Technology sometimes our friend. Many times
if
not.
anybody in my family is listening, I'm really not blowing off this group chat. It keeps, and I've showed it to my wife, so I have a witness that shows. Look here, see,
Look,
I'm
I'm
responding.
trying.
Now
I'm
look,
trying. It won't
now
let me
look what
do
it
it.
comes. Look what the message I get. And she's like, "What the fuck's that?"
Yeah, that's weird. I don't have any group chats that are that big, so I haven't had that problem yet.
Well, and also you have the iPhone, which I don't think is an issue.
Oh,
I will not get the iPhone.
Yeah, I have
but we don't have to get into that.
I know. We don't
on
talk
this
about
day.
it. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many things.
There's so many things.
I know.
Well, yeah, okay. We've talked about that. You can't be a perfect consumer.
No.
There's no such thing as completely ethical consumerism, and you just pick and choose. You do the best you can.
I did something good today. I donated $50 to a place in Darien Center, New York, who they help dogs. They help rehabilitate dogs, and right now they have a Great Dane that they're trying to help. He's deaf. They're trying to train him to sign.
I do not know
I heard
Danish
about
sign
that.
language.
Yeah, I had no idea. You can teach sign language to dogs. So he's learning how to sign, and he is going a little like he can see, but he's going a little bit blind, a little bit. So he might be a little bit older or just having hard times. Anyway, you know how much I fucking love dogs so much, and I read the whole thing about him. He's just like this beautiful gentle giant dog who I would rescue in a heartbeat if I could, but I can't. It totally tug at my heartstrings, and I donated $50 to them to help keep him there until they can find somebody to help rescue him. And you could tell the rescue place is, you could tell it probably needs it could probably use some money. It could probably use some people helping them out to have a little better, nicer place. But
well, not a rescue animal. I am planning on donating more to the Jill Stein campaign this week.
Yeah, I know.
So we all don't
whatever.
die.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Things that are important to you. It's like we can only do some. Yeah, like I fucking have an iPhone. I do sometimes shop on Amazon.
There is no.
I suck at so many things, but I do what I can. I donated to a local dog rescue place. I donated to Jill Stein's campaigin.
Yeah, you do.
I did, and I
save some money for when I start asking for money.
Oh, I totally will. I have donated to your campaign as well,
That's
of
where
course. And
it's coming. It's coming. I have two. I'm in day 2 of my. Yes, day 2 of my 2-week vacation. Uploader goes on vacation, and one of the things I have to get, all the pieces are there. I just have to fucking sit down and do it. Of course, my kid coming to town screws that up for a few
Right.
days, but I have
In a good way.
Yes. So I once it's up and going, I will let folks even here know about it's actually the exact same website as before.
Day for Change.
Dayforchange.org. And it's
That's
nothing
awesome.
right now.
You didn't have to get one new one. That's cool.
It's quote awesome yet. It means even prospective people who just like try to hoard domain names to try to make money off of it didn't think mine was very important. That's fine.
It's like little wins. Like you get to be a certain age, like like you get to be my age and older men don't hit on you that much anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I was going to say
it means you're not as I'm probably not as attractive to men as I used to be, and yeah, somehow that doesn't. I'm like.
Okay. Well, I was going to volunteer, but I'm not very good at it, so it would be really.
Yeah, we're terrible. Yeah, you and I are terrible flirts. We've talked about that.
Well,
we don't flirt like a normal person when we do flirt. We don't flirt like normal people. I'm realizing that now even more than ever. I realize I'm like, oh, I flirt like this is my flirting technique. If I really wanted to flirt, I'm just going to tell you about me, and you're either going to really dig it or you're not.
Okay, but I've done it on the show, and it's so bad.
Yeah.
So there's actual documentation of.
Yeah. But then people take, but I have had people take my genuine personality of just being a genuine, friendly person that likes to get to know people, like just that genuine friendliness. I've had people take that as flirting when really that's just how I am in real life all the time.
I gotta just stop saying like nice boobs.
Yeah.
That's
you should
like
probably
I'm a worst
stop that
bad.
one. Yeah. I should probably just
Did
stop
that city council once. They escorted me out.
Yeah, they didn't like it.
I just made that up.
I know.
Okay.
You would never do that.
No, I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't.
I might have been thinking it.
You can think it all the fuck you want. It's fine.
See,
you
that's
can't
the-
help but not notice if somebody has nice boobs or
No,
nice
I-
butt
whatever.
or cute face
my God,
or
we've
whatever.
had this conversation.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can't
oh my
fucking help
God.
it. Just keep it to yourself.
I firmly believe, and I need to
Keep
believe
it to
this.
yourself.
And if it's not true, please don't tell me because I don't want to know. I need this to be. This is the only way I can continue to exist. That everybody has the most fucked up thoughts in their head. They just don't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we do.
That's true. That's
I know. We already know each other does.
Right.
Hence why we can be friends and be honest with one another because we already know.
Oh, I can't say everything.
Well, no.
No.
And I wouldn't want you to because
Right.
I know you have fucked up thoughts that you don't want to talk to me about.
I mean, look at the bits. That's the stuff that comes out.
Imagine the shit that didn't come
Right.
out.
I know. Remember thinking, oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, shit, no.
No. Right.
I mean, my daughter wouldn't do a bit because she had to stab somebody. Like, not even real. Talk about it.
It was precious.
I still think that's funny.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It was very personal to her, and I thought that was sweet.
Because she stabbed a man in Reno just to watch him die once. So she doesn't want to bring that back.
Did you want to
up.
bring that back?
Yeah, no.
Y'all don't know Johnny Cash? Well, you should.
All right. So we'll be back next week with Lord knows what. Just to tell you, so we had talked about before that Sunday, July 7th, should be the return of Special K. But when I reminded her that it's a Sunday, so it's going to have to be early evening, she was kind of like, ooh. So I was like, okay, well, let me know.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I can steer her back toward to like a Friday afternoon thing. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Well, we'll see.
But she's got, she's got the baby.
Yeah, she's got her the most precious.
No
little
question.
guy in the
I'm
world.
not saying that in like
I
a
know.
how dare you.
Oh, I know. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean,
But,
she's
so we're
such
working
a
on that.
great mom.
Yeah, and we're working on that. So, but next week, almost had Carrie on again today, but she had more important things to do than to
That's
hang
right.
with us.
She's got a very full life as well.
Yeah, what's up with that? Fuck that. Just saying. All right. So
Now, once you have grandchildren, that's it. I feel.
No, that's not what she's doing.
No, but I mean that's what starts once you have grandchildren. Then you're either doing things with your grandchildren, or
Right.
you have other friends who are also grandparent
No,
type friends. And then you
she's
do
hanging
things.
out at someone's lake cottage-y thing.
Oh, is
It was
she?
more important than us.
Yay for you, Carrie. I know you're not listening, but yay you, girl.
Yeah, that too. What the fuck? Anyway, so we'll be back next week with who
I
knows
mean,
what.
I like cottagey things too.
I
so-
know. You know, when she told me that, I started thinking, how much does a cottage cost? Probably a lot. Probably more than my house.
You know, if you to buy a cottage.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, well, just rent a cottage for a week with some friends and have a good time, kind of thing. That's better.
No, I'd be to get away from people. Actually, I mean, yeah, people
If
can
you do it
come
with your
too, but-
friends, and then you're only getting away. Then you're getting away with people you actually want to be with.
No, okay,
Oh my god, well, you and I could totally cottage for a weekend and have the best time.
yeah, but I'm saying if I had my own, then
Right.
yeah, I could do whatever I want.
Right, you could have friends or not have friends.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
You could I don't fucking want to see anybody. Even
Right.
the people I care about.
Yes.
I don't want to see any of you fuckers.
Right.
I'm gonna go.
So I
cottage
go
over
to
here.
Lake Gitchy Gumi.
probably Lake
Isn't that
Ontario.
Gordon Lightfoot or something?
That is Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Rip.
All right. So, anyways, I was trying to say we'll be back next week with Lord knows what. But by all means, you've got StuartPedasso.com. All those new songs, well, new to us anyway. They're not. Some of them are classic shit that I'm always on the lookout for music. And if you have an idea of a protest song that we don't play, hey man, throw it my way and I will go grab it. I'm doing that all the time. It's an awesome little hobby to have. So the StuartPedasso.com. New band name. Actually, I put a new band name on the other night,
Yeah.
and this will be funny just
Tell
to
me.
one person, but and me, Mr. Cream Jeans.
I mean, I know green jeans.
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, so somebody brought up Mr. Green Jeans, and for some reason, Mr. Cream Jeans came into my head, and it makes me laugh. It's still, this is
makes
like
me laugh, too.
30 years ago, and it still makes me laugh. And so just the other day, I'm like, wait a minute, why haven't I put Mr. Cream Jeans on the band?
That's
name
actually
list?
really good.
Right.
That's
So-
actually legit. Somebody could do that.
Yeah,
one.
so if you go to StuartPedasso.com, there's a link there to all these band names. There's well over 100 different band names that you
If
could
that was my
totally-
band, I would always sell like cream soda drinks at my venues.
Well,
it
Mr.
would like be a major
Mr.
big
Cream
thing.
Jeans, anything with Mr. in it, it's got to be like kind of a heavy metal, hard rock kind of thing, like Mr. Big.
Right.
Yeah, with Mr. in it, it's got to be something
Mr. Big was
bombastic.
that.
Yeah.
Metal.
So Mr. Cream Jeans is on there now. So you should totally check it
Not
out.
that heavy. Just saying.
Yeah. So all right, let's just go.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Over 100 different band names that you
If
could
that was my
totally-
band, I would always sell like cream soda drinks at my venues.
Well,
it
Mr.
would like be a major
Mr.
big
Cream
thing.
Jeans, anything with Mr. in it, it's got to be like kind of a heavy metal, hard rock kind of thing, like Mr. Big.
Right.
Yeah, with Mr. in it, it's got to be something
Mr. Big. was
bombastic.
that.
Yeah. So Mr. Cream Jeans is on there now. So you should totally check it
Not
out.
that heavy. Just saying.
Yeah. So all right, let's just go.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I'm Rich Honkies, and I approve this message. I'm Rich Honkies. I know there have been some Christian voters who have not understood my past acceptance of stem cell research. It's complicated. Sometimes in life, we have to think of the greater good. A politician must be ready to do outrageous and unspeakable things in the name of what he knows is right. And for me, using otherwise unusable medical waste was the sacrifice I was willing to make to get rid of the gay. To me, nothing was more important than research to prevent more of the gay. But things have changed. Last week, my son, Little Rich Honkies, told my wife Ophelia and I that he was gay. It took a lot of courage for Little Rich to come out, but when he told me and I sobered up, I knew that I had to change. So now I no longer need to be conflicted about killing medical waste to stop the gay. I love my son, and I told him that as we shook hands. So now, when you vote for me this November, not only will you have another crusader in the fight against stem cell research, but someone who loves all of God's children, no matter how weird and icky they are. Wait, trans what?
Paid for by Money for Rich Honkies.